quiet, sweet boy. Daddy is tired. He doesn't like to be woken up." Those words hung in the air like a warning bell. By then, I already knew what they meant. Danger was near. The living room always felt smaller when Father was home. His body sprawled across the couch, the television glowing dimly without sound, the stale smell of beer and cigarettes mixing with the sour tang of sweat. I sat at the table with my workbook, bent over fractions, my pencil scratching nervously across the page. Every tick of the clock on the wall was a reminder that peace could shatter at any second. Silence was our shield. If we were quiet enough, invisible enough, maybe he'd drift back into sleep and leave us be. But Nick never learned that lesson. He was younger, still hopeful, still full of questions. He tugged at my sleeve, whispering, "How do you do multiplication? 9 times 8 takes too long." His voice was small, but not small enough. Father shifted, groaning. His eyes cracked open, bloodshot and glassy. "Shut the fuck up, you two. Go outside." Nick froze. "But I'm not done with my homework, Dad." It was the wrong thing to say. Father's rage came like a storm, fast and merciless. His legs swung, kicking the coffee table. The bowl of French onion dip exploded against the carpet, splattering like a wound across the floor. Clean it up," he roared, his voice cracking with fury. I can't get a minute to myself in this fucking house." We didn't wait. Nick and I ran, hearts hammering. The screen door slammed behind us with a metallic rattle that echoed like freedom. From the yard, I could still hear the muffled shouting inside. I knew the storm had turned on Mother. She would scrub the carpet. She would cover the bruises tomorrow with fresh eyeshadow. Even as a child, I understood love didn't live in that house. Survival did. Outside, the world was different. The backyard stretched like another country, one untouched by Father's rage. The sun poured down on the grapevines, climbing across the trellis, painting the world in shifting patches of green and gold. The shed leaned crookedly in the corner, but to us it was a fortress, the heart of a kingdom under siege. We ran barefoot across the grass, our shadows long and playful. Every corner of the yard held a secret. The hollow beneath the porch was a dungeon. The oak tree with its low branches was a watchtower, and the garden was the heart of it all. And there was Lola. She crouched low among the rows of vegetables, her scarf bright as a bird's wing in the sun. Her hands moved steadily, pulling weeds, fingers strong despite their age. She never flinched at Father's shouting. She never raised her voice. She simply tended to her plants as if the world could be healed, one root at a time. I slowed my steps, my chest still tight from fear. "Lola, can I help?" She looked up, her face soft, eyes crinkling with kindness. She spoke no English, and my Tagalog was clumsy, but kindness needed no translation. She nodded, smiling, and patted the earth beside her. I knelt, mimicking her movements, yanking at the weeds. A dandelion snapped at the stem, leaving its root buried. Lola chuckled softly, shook her head, and gently guided my hand. She showed me how to dig deeper, how to pull until the root came free. She laughed again when I failed a second time, her patience endless. Finally, I managed to pull one clean from the earth. She held it up, nodded proudly, and pointed to the green peppers, giving me a thumbs up. In her smile, I read a story. The peppers were happy now, safe from the invaders. In my mind, The weeds became orcs, yellow-crowned enemies threatening the pepper tribe. Nick and I became knights defending their kingdom, and Lola, she was the queen who commanded us all. The shouts from inside faded. In the garden, there was only laughter, sunlight, and the quiet rustle of leaves. Lola's lessons were always simple, but they shaped my life. She showed me how to pray, kneeling with her in the cool of the evening, whispering words I barely understood, but felt deep in my bones. She taught me patience, that a plant needed time, that rushing only broke things. She taught me tenderness, that living things, no matter how small, deserved care. She never preached, never scolded. Her teaching was in the way she lived, quiet, kind, steadfast. As a child, I thought she was eternal. Her scarf was always there, bright against the sun, fluttering when the wind caught it. It was a crown, a shield, a symbol of strength. I never noticed her frailty, never questioned why her hair was gone. Only decades later did I understand. Cancer had been with her all along, and still she smiled. Still she tended the peppers. Still she carried us through. The night she came to me is etched into my memory with a clarity no dream ever had. I woke suddenly. The moonlight poured through the window, painting my room in silver. The air was still, hushed, as if the world itself held its breath. At the foot of my bed, she stood, Lola, her scarf wrapped neatly, her wrinkles soft and kind, her smile as calm as the garden on a summer morning. She raised a finger to her lips, the universal sign for quiet. But there was no fear in me, only warmth, only peace. Her lips moved silently, but I understood her perfectly. Everything will be okay. The words sank deep, wrapping me in comfort. My eyes grew heavy. When I opened them again, she was gone. The next morning, the phone rang. I heard Mother's voice crack, breaking like glass. Lola had passed away. Not in our house, but in my cousin's brownstone, 30 minutes away. She had been surrounded by family. She had not been near me, and yet I had seen her. I never told anyone. Some things are too precious to explain, too fragile to share. But from that day forward, I never doubted, not once. No matter how far I drifted from faith or wonder, no matter what life took or gave, I carried one unshakable truth. The kindest woman I have ever known came to me on the night she died. She came to say goodbye. And her last gift, the promise that everything would be okay, has carried me through every storm since.